Hey guys, happy Motivational Monday. It's been a while since I actually made a new video, so I thought I would do that again today. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to learn how to be successful. There's a huge misconcept, I guess, amount of people who think that being successful comes easy for some people, and that's just not true. Most people have to work for it, and they have to teach themselves how to do this. You can learn to be successful, but it does not come easy for most people. People who are successful have tried and tried and tried, and they failed over and over so many times, but the difference between them and unsuccessful people is that they kept on trying. So that's what we're going to talk about today. One thing that I have learned through other successful people who have told me to do this is to find somebody successful that you enjoy watching and that you kind of look up to and follow what they do. If they are in the same business as you, then kind of follow their path that they've gone through. If you're able to, ask them what they've done that has helped them. Most of the time, successful people enjoy sharing their tips because they at one time were the ones asking for help. So don't feel like you're gonna, offend them or anything. They're gonna share. Most of the time, they're gonna share what they've learned with you because they enjoy watching other people succeed just as much as they did. So with that being said, one thing that I like to do is listen to personal development every day on my way to work. I have like an hour drive, so I download audio books, and they're usually like the self-development, personal help books, and I've come to really enjoy them, and they've really helped me with a lot of stuff in my life. One of them that I just love, and I've listened to it like 4 or 5 times now, is called Eat That Frog. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and why I love it and what it means to eat the frog. So it's basically a book for people who feel like they're overwhelmed with too much, like they have too much stuff to do, which is pretty much anybody nowadays. Seems like we all have a million things to do and not enough time, and so many people asking us to share our time with them, family and friends, which is totally fine, but you want to be able to share your time with them without feeling stressed or wondering, how am I going to get everything else done that I have on my list? The biggest thing you need to do is set your priorities and set your goals. You need to do that, and you need to write it down. And I am not kidding. That is so true. I was told that hundreds of times before I actually did it. And that is how I have succeeded with everything that I've accomplished so far, with all of my goals. It's because I actually wrote them down, and they're staring me in the face every time I look at my computer. They're right there written down for me to see. So you need to set your priorities, and you need to set your goals. I know my priorities, and this comes from another person that I really look up to. Her name is Mary Kay Ash. She's a wonderful businesswoman, very smart. She is the founder of Mary Kay, the business. But she's a really cool person to follow. So if you're looking for somebody to follow, definitely follow her. She's passed away, but you can follow her career and how she succeeded. It's a really cool story. But anyway, one thing that she said that has always stuck in my mind is she has always set her priorities as God first, family second, and career third. And when she puts them in that order, everything seems to turn out. So that's my motto for my life. God first, family second, career third. So those are my priorities, and then I have goals. So there is a difference between priorities and goals. So you have to figure out what your priorities are in your goals and write them down. So the book that I was just talking about, Eat That Frog, what that means is basically he's talking about how if you were to wake up every morning and eat a live frog, that would be the worst thing that you've done that day. And it would be done and over, and the rest of your day could only get better. And it's kind of, a frog is meant to be in place of like a task that you have to do. So your frog could be something important that you need to do. For me, my frog is working out. So every day, that's why I work out in the morning. I wake up and I eat my frog right away. So I work out right away. That means I'm done with that for the day and I can move on and not even worry about it. If you have 2 frogs that you have to do every day, some people it's working out and maybe eating breakfast. A lot of people don't eat breakfast. So work out and then eat breakfast and then you've eaten both frogs and you can move on. If you do have 2 frogs, 2 big things that you need to do every day, pick the worst one and do that one first. And those are kind of simple frogs to eat. Some people have some major things. So just figure out what it is. A frog is something that you know that if you don't do it right away, it will not get done and you'll procrastinate. And you know that if you did do it, you would be more successful. It would put you one step closer. So that's for me. If I don't do it right away in the morning, I procrastinate because I have other stuff going on all day long. I might think, oh, I'll have time at night. Never do. I never do. So I just need to get it done in the morning. And I know that if I get it done, I'll be that much closer to my goal of losing weight in inches and building up muscle and all of my crazy goals that I have. So that is what that means. Now this is something that successful people do. That is one thing that successful people have learned is that you are paid in this world to do these things. At your job, you're paid with friendship and kindness and everything. You're paid in your life to do these things. So I know at my job, I'm paid to do, my job outside of Beachbody, I'm a hygienist, and I'm paid to clean teeth and to do everything that dental hygienists do. So if I didn't set my priorities and my goals and do that, they wouldn't get done and I wouldn't get paid. So it's kind of the rule of thumb here. Setting habits, like we're talking about, is a mental skill and it's learnable. As I said at the very beginning of this video, this is something you can teach yourself. Like I said, I've listened to that book on audio tape like 4 or 5 times, and it took me until like the 3rd time to really be like, okay, I need to do this, and that's when I wrote things down and I listened, and that's when stuff started to happen. The reason, okay, so this is getting into the medical reason of why this helps you succeed. Why? Like, is there any success in this and any reports stating that this actually happens? But when you finish an important task, when you eat your frog, quote unquote, your brain releases endorphins, and these endorphins make you feel positive and happy and successful, and it makes you want to do it again. So if you force yourself to make this a habit and eat your frog every morning, so for me, if I were to work out every morning, after a few weeks of forcing myself to do that, my body is going to be quote unquote addicted to the release of those endorphins of making me feel positive. Therefore, I will create a habit and do it every day. That's what a habit is, something that you do every day. So that's kind of what you're going for, is to create this habit, and the result and the reward is your brain releases these endorphins, which makes you feel better. And it's not only working out, it's whatever task you need to do. If you need to make 100 phone calls by noon and you're dreading it, well, if you were to wake up and do it all by 9 o'clock a.m., you would have it done. Your endorphins would be released and you'd feel really good about yourself for the rest of the day. So that's kind of the science behind it for any of you people out there like me who like to know the facts. So that's basically it. That's the whole Motivational Monday. What you need to do is set your priorities, write them down, set your goals, write them down, be disciplined, and create a habit of doing those goals while keeping your priorities. I really hope this helps you guys. Any feedback is appreciated, and I will try to make some more Motivational Monday videos for you guys. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.